Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we turn confusing corporate documents into something you can actually understand. Today we are diving into a report from FB Financial Corporation, and trust me, after this acquisition they're going to have a lot more on their plate than just alphabet soup. I love a forfeit. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Feel free to join. This report is all about FB Financial buying another company, Southern States Bank shares. Think of it like one bank swallowing another with all the financial details that come with it. We'll break down what it means for FB Financial, including the money involved, the debts they took on, and even a new face on their board of directors. It's not just numbers, it's a whole new chapter for this company. Scrollers of report, date of earliest event reported. Chorikwatrulate here is July 1, 2025, because that's when FB Financial officially took over Southern States. It's like the wedding day for these two companies. So FB Financial, which is based in Tennessee, bought Southern States Bank shares, which is based in Alabama. This wasn't just a friendly handshake, it was a full-blown merger, meaning Southern States became part of FB Financial. Scroll, item 2.01, caps completion of acquisition or disposition of assets. Tax roll, this part of the report tells us that the deal is done. FB Financial completed its merger with Southern States. The smaller bank, Southern States, is now part of the bigger bank, First Bank, which is owned by FB Financial. They call this the merger. Scroll Southern States, come on stock scroll. If you own stock in Southern States, here's what happened. For every share you had, you got 0.8 shares of FB Financial stock. So if you had 10 shares of Southern States, you'd now have 8 shares of FB Financial. It's like trading your old car for a slightly smaller, newer model of another brand. For those with restricted stock units, which is basically stock promise in the future, those were cashed out. The holders got the equivalent value in FB Financial stock. Scroll item 2.03 covers creation Appler Direct financial obligation, or an obligation scroll. Now let's talk about debt. FB Financial didn't just buy Southern States assets, they also took on their debts. Specifically, they assumed almost $93 million in what are called subordinated notes. In case you are unsure what those are, think about it as regular debt, but the people that are owed this money get paid last if there is a bankruptcy. These notes have different interest rates and due dates that are later this decade. Some have a fixed interest rate, while others will change over time based on a benchmark rate called SOFR, which is short for Secured Overnight Financing Rate. Think of SOFR as a base interest rate. It's used to determine how much interest FB Financial will pay on these debts in the future. Scroll item 5 Sucks departure Aquino 1 Athi IM AFOL certain officers election of director scroll with the merger. The board of directors at FB Financial is getting a little bigger. They've added one new member, J. Henry Smith as a director. Mr. Scroll, to let everyone know about the deal, FB Financial put out a press release. It's their way of saying, hey world, we just got bigger. NDL1 employee directors. Scroll item 8. Everyone know about the deal. FB Financial put out a press release. It's their way of saying, hey world, we just got big amongst for us, about a path release. It's their way of saying, for us, we only care about the numbers, so let's scroll to that item. Scroll should it consolidated financial statements of Southern States before the purchase. This will give us a peek into what FB Financial bought. A critical numbers is how well a bank does or their total interest income. Southern States earned almost $27.27 2024, a slight increase from the previous year. This is the money they make from loans and other investments. The more, the better. Another way to think about it is what they got paid for lending you money. But what did they get after paying all their expenses? That is in the next row with their net interest income. That number hovers around 23.3 million income after removing all expenses, slightly better than previous year. The bottom line is the net income, meaning the overall profit, as Southern States showed a net income of 12.3 million. Again, a slightly better result than last year, but generally speaking, looking at these financials gives us the sense that Southern States wasn't a rapidly growing company, but a more stable. This section shows what the combined company FB Financial and Southern States would look like financially if they had been one company all along. It's like imagining what your blended family looks like after the wedding. Looking at the unaudited pro forma report of March 31, it shows combined total assets close to 18 billion. That's definitely not a small bank anymore. The total deposits were also a staggering 14 billions, meaning it got a lot of people's money. So what does all that mean? FB Financial is expanding, growing larger by gobbling up smaller banks. This acquisition brings more assets, more customers, and a new director to the table. The company is taking on debt to make it happen, and that debt will have changing interest rates in the near future. And notable is that they didn't buy a high-growth company, but took on a stable and established bank to grow their portfolio. A potential risk is that taking on $93 million in debt can increase the downside side of the business should interest rates go up a lot. This could increase their expenses drastically and hurt profitability. In conclusion, this acquisition looks like a strategic move for FB Financial to grow its footprint. It's not without risks, especially with the debt involved, but it seems like a calculated bet on future growth. Alright, that's our breakdown of FB Financial's acquisition. What do you think about this merger and what it signals for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.